What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Web3 Rundown. We're going to be talking about all things Web3, crypto, and NFT related. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm good. Excited to get into it.
Yeah, me too. And as always, every week when we do this, there's always some exciting news out there for good or bad. And we're going to jump in. We're going to talk a little bit about the current macro markets, Joe. Kind of what you're seeing out there. Looks like we had a little bit of a pullback in the meme coin market, in the AI market, and we're going to talk a little bit deeper about that. There's a new AI platform called DeepSeek that was launched in China that caused a little bit of frenzy not just in the crypto world, but also in the tech stock world. And we had a pullback. But a few of the coins, well, we saw Bitcoin well over $100,000 over the past couple of days. It dipped under 100,000, which at one point we were talking we might not ever see it under $100,000 again. We saw that pullback. As of right now, we're trading right around 102, 103, and Bitcoin dominance is sitting right around a 60%, which is pretty high. How you feeling about the entire market right now?
Yeah, the entire market is not doing well. But however, Bitcoin seems to be doing well. So I'm very happy about that at least.
Yeah, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, they seem to be chopping a little bit, but some of our altcoin bags, some of our meme coin, and obviously the AI sector got hit hard with all of this news around DeepSeek. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in our AI section, but it's definitely a ripple effect. We talk about that with a lot of these different sectors. Kind of the hardest hit ones are the meme coins, the altcoins in the AI market when we see a big pullback, especially when tech stocks are getting wiped out. But I'm still bullish overall for a lot of good reasons out there. And I just want to share some macro news for everybody, Joe. Really dive in a little bit deeper, make sure I am sharing the screen correctly. But take a look here. We got Elon Musk back in the news. He can't get out of the news. And he's talking about exploring blockchain within the US government. And, with the Department of Doge, obviously. Really interesting article here, what they're talking about. What are your thoughts there, Joe?
Yeah, we're already seeing that with a lot of countries utilizing blockchain for ID. One of the biggest needle movers, according to Silicon Valley people, is the onboarding of stablecoins. They believe that's going to
Mm.
save the economy a lot of money. So I'm excited for all the innovation that's going to come. Everyone pretty good, much got the green light this last week. It's only been a week, feels like a year. And yeah, a lot of transformative is the words that I'm hearing in mass media about how the crypto is gonna, unfold this year and transform a lot of industries, a lot of sectors. So I'm excited.
Yeah, a lot of reasons to be bullish and really well said, Joe. Want to share my screen as well here. Eric Trump had some very interesting comments about the crypto tax policy. This article basically breaks down if it's a bold idea or a dream. We haven't had a lot of information about what he's talking about. But Joe, isn't he talking about any company that's any cryptocurrency company that's created in the United States is going to be relieved of capital gains? Is that how you're reading it right now?
That's how a lot of people are speculating it, and some are calling for Solana to be, pumped to the moon because it was made in based off of the Solana Beach in San Diego. So that's my assumption. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Well, I feel if they do that, that's great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great for our bags. It's gonna be great for the community. It's gonna be great for the entire crypto market. It seems like a pretty bold call, if you ask me. But I mean, never say never. I mean, we just had last week the president of the United States drop a meme coin, so there's not a zero chance of that happening. I'll tell you that much. But something that's even more interesting. Personally, we're big fans of the Jupiter Exchange. We use it all the time. And Jupiter acquired Moonshot, and it's going to really bolster meme coin trading on Solana and just overall the network. And this article is a great article. Kind of breaks down exactly what happened. Sounds like Jupiter acquired a majority share of Moonshot. And Joe, we like the app Moonshot. It's one of the most user-friendly apps out there. Any thoughts with that?
Yeah, the price of Jupe jumped from 80 cents to like $1.20. So well over 50%, while everything else was getting crushed because of that. And not only that, they went out and said we're utilizing 50% of our revenue to buy back Jupe or to enhance, the ecosystem. So it's The calculations were about 10% buyback a year. So people are excited about that because Jupe right now is their supply is not fully circulated, less than like 80%, I would like to say. But is bullish overall for Jupe, and that's reflected in the price.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a bag that's probably more comfy to be sitting in right now than Jupiter, right? And they had the airdrop last week. Usually, when we get an airdrop, we see a ton of people selling that airdrop. The price kind of, corrects because people are selling their bags. And but this is a huge announcement with the acquisition of Moonshot. Jupiter also made a pretty big announcement that they were going to use 50% of their revenue, I believe, for buybacks, very similar to what like Radium does out there. And that just it just feels like a very strong play in my eyes. And I put down on our sheet here like Jupiter and Radium really feel like if in this market right now you're betting on like spot traders, at the end of the day, people use that for spot trading. And then there's the other side is like Hyperliquid or Hype, and then JLP token, which is really bidding on perp traders. And all of those tokens are doing really well right now. They're all buyback tokens in some form or fashion. And personally, I don't have enough exposure to these tokens, if you ask me. I'm just bullish on this entire ecosystem. I'm bullish on Solana doing well. Anybody that's, and then the picks and shovels of that group, the Jupiters, the JLPs. So it's definitely a bullish time.
Definitely over in the Solana world, we're not feeling the ill effects as much. Well, okay, that's the wrong word, right? The shovels, right? The platform's doing well. The meme coins, some people don't know when the majors, have a correction, then the alts have a major correction. So something you get used to, and that's why you always have to take profit. You always have to rotate your profits into the majors, as we always like to preach. And just know that you're pretty much in a casino. I like to say Solana is the Vegas, back in the days when it was ran by mafia members, and slowly, hopefully, we evolve into the Vegas of today, which is very family friendly.
Yeah, it definitely, I mean, we've talked about it. Solana definitely is. There's a lot of great projects other than, gambling on meme coins built on Solana. Don't get me wrong. There's fabulous ones, but people seem to really like it. I mean, that's a reason why people can kind of flock over to that space, and that's where a lot of the network activity is going. Let's talk a little bit about the meme coin market, huh? There was some big news that released just yesterday.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it FUD, but that's why you have to always, oop, that's the wrong one. That's our outline. Man, you think I would get this by now. But
Yeah, we're on different platforms all the time, man. We're jumping through it always.
yeah, so you got to be safe and secure in this industry, in the sector. It looks like unicorn fart dust, our well-loved face of unicorn fart dust, Basement Ron, got hacked, and he lost about $6 million worth. I'm sorry, 6 million unicorn fart dust, which is a lot of money. However, the community banded together, and actually MoonPay set him up with a multi-sig wallet, and the community started donating. He's up to about 2.7 million unicorn fart dust, which is about $448,000, which just shows the strength of the community. That's a massive amount of money given back to Ron. And the community goes to make him whole again. They want him to have his all 6 million UFD back. So we saw a lot of a correction because, whoever took his bag sold all 6 million UFD into the market, which, caused a crash. But, there is opportunity there. There was a correction, and that's one of the interesting stories that came out this last few days.
I listened to his stream yesterday when it happened, and it honestly looked like the guy was going to cry, and who wouldn't? I think it was like 1.1 million dollars USD. He said that was his 6 week anniversary of launching Unicorn Fart Dust, and of course somebody comes in and hacks his wallet. Which, if you're in the crypto space long enough, if you have your money on hot wallets, just a reminder for everyone, it's not a matter of when it's not it's going to more likely happen. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have to stay diligent. If you have a decent amount of money on a hot wallet, you should move that over to cold storage to protect it because there's a lot of bad actors out there. But he actually jumped on the FOMO hour today, and I watched that as well. It was an excellent interview by those guys. So kudos to Ron for jumping on after having this horrific hack. The community bands together, obviously, they're starting to donate him tokens. He was obviously thrilled about that. He said he got about half of his money back. But the guy is so genuine. He's not walking away from the project. And he was a gold and silver maxi. He said he knew about crypto 6 weeks ago, but he didn't dive deep. He talked about the origin story of unicorn fart dust, how he used to call cryptocurrency, unicorn fart dust. It was nothing, but he really emphasized like how the community, 99.9% of the people out there, how they banded together to support him. And he said he hasn't had more fun in the last 6 years than he's had more fun in the last 6 weeks than he's had in the last 6 years. So that's really awesome stuff. And my takeaway was hats off to the guy for not packing it up and walking away, embracing the community. And he basically was like, I'm not going anywhere. This isn't going to shake me. I'm still going to talk about unicorn fart dust. This is a great time in my life. I love being part of the community. And he only had really positive things to say with such an unfortunate accident.
Yeah, with founder's risk, that's always the risk is that something happens to the founder, and this played out perfectly as a scenario for, I wouldn't say a cautionary tale. Hopefully, it becomes, it adds to the lore, like you so put. And hats off to you. You messaged me and said, this could be if he walks away, it could still survive. And that's another side of the coin that many people don't see. A lot of successful meme tokens. In fact, probably most, I would say a good margin of them are community takeovers. You hear that term, CTOs. It's because the founder left and people just take over the project and rally behind that, whether for a cause or for some reason. And Unicorn Fart Dust is meaningful enough to enough people where I believe it's going to be here for the longer run. Now, where that's going to go really depends. But I do want to give a shout out to community because they have full trucked along with the Duster. The car is in the second stages. It's painted. It's almost ready to hit the road, and we're glad Ron's still here because you can see that car soon. Might pull up near your neighborhood, Brian.
You know what? I'm a bigger fan post this hack, to be honest with you, of Unicorn Farce Dustin, and I was a big fan of it going into it. I was a holder, and I was a bigger fan just because of his positivity, how they're not abandoning the project, like I just said. And it's just so easy for people to get frustrated in this space. And the coin overall really bounced back, and it's showing like remarkable support right around 100 million market cap. I believe last time I checked, it was like up to 130, 140 million market cap. But it's almost like the entry everybody needed as well. Like, kind of get some more people within the community, people that like myself that wanted to buy in even more. But, we're kind of on the sidelines because it's like, how high can this go? At the end of the day, this entire story just builds the lore of Unicorn Fart Dust. And I think in a couple of weeks, maybe in just a couple of days, this is all going to be completely forgotten and we're going to be again off to the races.
Yeah, important note for the audience is to, oopsies, that's completely the wrong screen now. I'm getting worse as time goes along. All right. I think this is the right screen. Okay. It's important to not catch a falling knife, as it's so called. You see a buy at a dip opportunity amongst the macro. Right now, everything's dipping. So I have to say this for myself also because I'm out here like, oh, this is a great entry price. But you can see that Unicorn Fart Dust is still finding its bottom. And for comparison, let me just show you, the Trump meme coin. You can see that Trump's held pretty strong. The sellers are getting kind of exhausted. And even during this, mini bear cycle these last few days, it's held up really strong. It's kind of oscillating. Chopping is the word that we'd like to use before it either makes a next leg up or a next leg down. But this is kind of what you want to see in order to make a safe, quote unquote, safer entry. And that's not quite the case with Unicorn Fart Dust yet. Can you make an entry? Sure. If you want to get your beak wet, put something in, but I wouldn't fire all cylinders here. Definitely, if this is a long-term play for you, find good entry points. And one thing I want to give the audience insight into is there's meme coins that hold up really well, and the top ones are still the top ones. But one that notably fell off is Pudgy Penguins. And I was going to talk about this later, but let's talk about it now.
Yeah.
And we take a look inside the chart. The reason being was because the price was held up due to speculation of the abstract chain being launched. Basically, people held this because they thought they could get free money in a blockchain that we're going to talk about soon. Well, that didn't happen. And then amongst, many things, like the Trump liquidity suck caused this downfall. And then, the recent, I won't say recent, the abstract chain did not announce a token for Pudgy Penguins to get free money. So that caused another dip right here amongst the mini bear cycle that we have here in this week. It's just caused like an avalanche. So where we saw this, we saw Pudgy at the top three meme not too long ago, less than a month ago. And now it's not too shabby. It's at number 7 now. But this is kind of like a lesson, it it came out hot and it never sold because people held it for the abstract airdrop. So right now it's kind of finding its bottom. Like where it's gonna be, we don't know. I like it underneath $1 billion market cap long term. I mean, Pudgy Penguin's not going anywhere at all, and we could talk about that all day long. But just to give you an insight on how memes move, how markets move, you know, and let me just stop right there before I go any further, Brian. Give you some time to comment there.
Yeah, the Pudgy Penguin, I thought the Pudgy Penguin airdrop and the abstract connection was going to move the needle quite a bit for the Pudgy Penguin token. I agree with that. And a little surprising that a lot of those things didn't come to fruition, but it's still young in the platform. Have you explored the abstract platform quite a bit?
I have a launch yesterday, and I spent all day playing with it. So we could talk about that during the NFT section.
Yeah, I guess where I was going with that, it was quite smooth. It's quite smooth. And yeah, we can definitely talk about that at the NFT section. You want to jump in and talk a little bit about this entire craziness in the AI world?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so well, I'm gonna share an article here because it's the best way to describe it. We talked about it earlier in the show that there was a Chinese open source AI DeepSeek R1 matches ChatGPT's OpenAI and at a 98% lower cost. And there's a whole bunch of information. We're not gonna, talk too much about this right now, but a whole bunch of speculation out there of like, they're not using the same CPUs. It's just a lot cheaper to run it. And even there's people writing threads out there saying that they're not buying it, as you can see here, that they don't really believe that this is the correct information coming out of China. That's a lot more expensive to have this AI up and running. At the end of the day, there is definitely an arms race for between the United States, before China and other countries to be the leader in AI. And this DeepSeek announcement being the number one app on the App Store, people raving about it, not only from a technology standpoint, but from a financial standpoint, just being head and shoulders way better than OpenAI. And it's now trickled down like, is the United States overspending in the AI world? Why this all matters is because every tech stock pretty much in the stock market crashed. Nvidia got absolutely murked out there. I love Nvidia as a stock, and I think we all wish we bought more early on, but it went down, and there was a big trickle down effect in the crypto AI world as well. I'm a huge fan of that sector. I think it's going to do some big things this year. It already has done some big things, but this announcement with DeepSeek caused some fear at the end of the day, and we saw a lot of bleeding.
Yeah, right. Who would have expected that? Actually, some people did talk about DeepSeek like weeks ago on the podcast, and to see that happen was very interesting for me. I didn't understand the impact of this AI arms race that we're in. Now I'm diving more into it and seeing how important it is in terms of, being ahead of the curve. A lot of people are calling it was it the Sputnik race, like where we had the first satellite versus Russia type of thing. Like it's very important. And what people are pointing to more so than AI and Nvidia is that we're losing the race in energy. So we need energy to power AI. We need energy to power robotics, and we are well behind. Nothing to do with meme coins, but if someone creates a meme coin about that, that would be very interesting. So it's just interesting overall. Some people in the meme coin world, to relate this back to crypto, are calling this bullish for the AI sector, meaning that it's easier to deploy agents and have more utility. And in the world of crypto memes where they merge, that will be more bullishness in the space. So that's the pluses that I've been hearing.
Yeah, and I agree. This could be very bullish for the AI crypto world. Right now, the initial reaction, and probably for the next few weeks, might not be super favorable, but there's definitely going to be some opportunity, and we're going to talk about one in the near future here. But at the end of the day, this was also open source. I do love, I think we all love projects that are open source. We're all trying to be more efficient and make better products out there. So DeepSeek was an open source, is an open source product. But then I also saw coming across, and as of yesterday, that you needed to have a Chinese phone number to register for DeepSeek. And do you think at the end of the day, like if there's too much of a threat with this project, that the United States could just ban the platform?
Yeah, I actually voted on that on Polymarket. Well, the Polymarket of Abstract, it's 50-50 right now. I voted that they were gonna ban it. Luca, the founder of Pudgy Penguins and Abstract, they're like, oh yeah, it's for sure being banned. So you can actually, bet on this on in the crypto world.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that at the end of the day. Definitely like I guess I feel that I wish the United States had the more efficient, cheaper, stronger platform that was open source, that we didn't even have to have this conversation about it being banned. But at the end of the day, I do think this is going to be bullish for the AI market, but they got crushed. AI, crypto, meme coins got absolutely crushed, and for good reason. It caused a lot of fear out there. But there was one token out there, good old Eric Voorhees, who's an absolute stud in the Bitcoin world, who is very, very well known in crypto circles, launched the Venice token from the Venice platform. A very interesting token. And we can see here it ran from like $1 to $15 in like less than an hour. I think it was less than 30 minutes. And nobody I knew was in on this early. They actually airdropped this token, Joe, to 250,000 users. And when I heard that, I was like, well, there's going to be a mass sell-off, I'm sure. And I think this is kind of like in the chart here is what we saw is there's a sell-off because people started to realize, hey, I got this Venice token, even though it looks great. 250,000 other people got it. But then we see a huge spike right here. And what's that spike? Coinbase listed it day one. So the token released yesterday, and in the same day, Coinbase lists the token. And why that's so impactful in my eyes is that never happens. That just never happens with Coinbase listing a token that was released in the same day. But you can see how important it is to have like an AI project backed by somebody with a reputation like Eric Voorhees. Some of these AI projects have, teams of devs that, are somewhat docs, they're docs, we know about them, but not a huge resume, or their resume is really just specifically in the AI world. Eric Voorhees is an absolute stud. Coinbase listed it, and Jesse Pollock, who's connected to Base and Coinbase and all of that. We talk about him all the time. Also was bull posting it on Twitter as well. And it ran all the way up to $22, $23. And now I closed the chart, but right now it's sitting at actually $10.96 and still falling. I think that initial day one surge is gone. The Coinbase listing hype is gone, and now we're seeing people sell off because they got an airdrop. How did you get an airdrop on this token?
I did. I did want to point to, Coinbase listing just to point out something really interesting. And so I did get airdrop. I instant sold it because I'm just used to instant selling airdrops from Solana. And this one was on base.
Hmm.
I was like, I should have kept it. But here's Brian Armstrong talking about rethinking the strategy because they have a lot of hurdles. I didn't know this to list, memes or tokens. So, at the rate of everything happening, coins being launched, we're talking about thousands a day. Brian's like, oh, we got to integrate native DEX support. And this is January 25th, right? So this is, what is it,
Hmm.
a few days ago? But here's what I wanted to point everyone to is Bybit. The day after Trump launched his token, the CEO of Bybit said, oh, we need to change our entire business plan to support DEX options because no one cares about centralized exchanges anymore. They ran a $30 billion meme coin all onto centralized exchanges. So what I'm trying to say is that one, I can't believe it's only been a week since Trump's meme coin's been out, and two, breakneck speeds right now. How everything is transforming or progressing. I would say Brian Armstrong's slow, right? Like he is, but that's where all the users are. There's over like 100 million users on Coinbase that's fiending to buy some of these meme coins or AI agents. And maybe Bybit being global has more flexibility and instant listing some things. But That gives a hurdle to the U.S. people of getting in on the casino. But yeah, it's just interesting to see how fast the industry is moving and how fast some players are adapting and how some aren't. I told some people that if I could short Coinbase, I will. But after Brian Armstrong saying that he's going to integrate DEXs, then okay, fine, maybe I won't short Coinbase.
Yeah, bold call to short Coinbase. They're a market leader for a reason right now. But again, I used to go on MySpace quite a bit before Facebook, and that toppled. I don't think anybody's been on MySpace for a while. Great points there, Joe. I was just shocked overall that we saw a token run that hard on such a red day. But I do want to bring up Cookie.fun. This is a really popular platform a lot of us in the industry use and a lot of just retail people use. It gives you great just mind share of what's being talked about in these circles. And I think last week, I can't even remember, we were like 14, 15, 16, maybe $17 billion market cap for the AI crypto world. I was like, I absolutely love it. This thing's going to 50, $100 billion. I still believe that, but we've corrected big time. We're sitting at a 10 billion now market cap. We can take a look at some of the mind share. Of course, VVV, this is the Venice token, is holding about 18.6% mind share. Virtuals platform, which we didn't even mention yet. Virtuals is migrating or not migrating because they're staying on base, but also getting exposure over to the Solana ecosystem. Even more reasons to be bullish on Solana. And then good old Fartcoin and AXBT, their top mind shares, Grifane, AI16Z, all of these kind of in the red right now. When you click over and kind of look at some of the different chains here, you can see Solana is a little bit of a bloodbath with where the tokens are. Nothing crazy, but come on, guys, stop selling Fartcoin. I mean, it's a great coin. It's memeable. It has it's connected to the AI world. I did top off some of my Farcoin bags when it dripped under $1 billion, full disclosure, and not financial advice. But when we click over to base, you can see kind of the base ecosystem right now. And we're talking all about Solana, but the base ecosystem, a lot of this is propped up because was built on base, is all green. So just really interesting time there to wrap it up in the AI crypto world. And I think this is just kind of a blip on the radar. I think we're going to still continue to go north. But Joe, I'll tell you what, this really is going to show us where these market leaders are going to fall, where the top projects are, because I think this was kind of almost the first flush out. We got scared, people started to sell off, and now we're starting to see who the leaders are.
Yeah, interesting time to come into the meme coin and AI agent world because there's so much development that just happened in this last week. Right? We're talking about, okay, in the last 10 days, the president launched a meme coin. China overtakes US and AI agents. I mean, this all happened in the last 10 days. And this is the market that we're in. We're not even 1 month into the year. Executive orders are finally being rolled out. It's gonna be a crazy year. I'm happy to be for the ride, but sometimes I'm not, because it's a roller coaster. Sometimes there's big dips and sometimes there's straightaways. Let me just show the viewers or listeners. If you're not viewing this, you should definitely view this. So this is an entire meme coin market cap, right? It looks actually like a perfect cup and handle, if you ask me. But you can see that we lost about 20 billion in market cap in the last few days. But the floor is getting higher. So, we are still looking very bullish for the year. I believe the Bitcoin reserve is still going to prop us up if and when that happens. I don't see I don't see Bitcoin falling lower than a lot of people are saying never again is it going to go below 70,000. So, that's bullish news and we're starting to see just a lot of low liquidity in exchanges. So I'm super excited about that. But let's talk about something that is I want to say tucked away, but let's talk about the NFT side of the world. And something very interesting happened yesterday. Wow, we are giving breaking news. And that is the abstract blockchain. Now, it is not NFT specific, but what's interesting about this is that it's launched by an NFT founder. And talking about, community takeovers, Pudgy Penguins is one of the biggest community takeovers. Someone sold Pudgy Penguins because they were managing it incorrectly to Luca, and Luca brought it up to a $1 billion market cap. And they've done so well that they've launched Abstract. So this is Abstract. Here's the dashboard. Pudgies are integrated here. If you're a Pengu holder, if you hold a meme coin, you get multipliers. What that means, we don't know yet. expect a TGE event, which is a token generation event for Abstract. Right now, the transaction fees are ran off of Ethereum, and you get rewards for utilizing every day as a creator. You know, you can see people live streaming here. As a developer, you get rewarded also. And of course, if you just trade meme coins or if you just use their apps like the Poly Market, as I was talking about, I'll just click on this really quickly. This is the prediction market on Abstract, very seamless. Yeah, the it's very easy to use, I would say, very smooth. I mean, I can just give you an example. DeepSeek banned from US before end of Q1. Probably not end of Q1, but let me just bet 10%. I just want to show you how quick it is. So you confirm it once and that's it. You don't have to do like multiple confirmations, and that's what people like about it. And then also, there's no seed phrases as of now. You can log in with your hot wallet or an email and it instantly populates. And right now I like it. It's got hiccups. There's a lot of hiccups and which, they're working. It's only been one day, but I'm excited about what's happening on it. Here's the Trojan horse. The Trojan horse is that he's going to somehow reward streamers in the Web 2 world and then bring them on to the Web 3 world here. So I'm going to just stop there because I've been playing around with this a lot and just, what have you heard about this, Brian?
Yeah, the one thing that I took away is that Abstract's a very smooth website, very clean, very smooth, very easy to use. I think if I was like trying to help people get onboarded, I would, into it's confusing to onboard people when it's like, all right, down this Phantom wallet you transfer it here, and there's a lot of different steps. Abstract seems to be making it a lot easier for everyone, and I'm bullish on a lot of the different projects. You can buy meme coins. You said there's an Abstract of poly type of poly market product on there. There's going to be NFT projects that do really well. So I'm excited for the Abstract team, and I think it's a great team and really a great product up until this point.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, it's only been a day. I would like to see how it shakes out for sure. Talking about NFTs, they have launched. And right now, a lot of mints are happening, like bearish is happening. I might mint one because I'm feeling bearish. Pens Tracked It is minting in a few hours. I mean, by the time everyone's watching this, this will probably be done. What I want to point out is that Magic Eden integrated this on day one of a blockchain being launched, which is pretty crazy. And is there going to be a CryptoPunks? Is there going to be a Bored Apes? Is there going to be a Pudgy Penguins of Abstract? Keep your eye on that. The volume is very low. I mean, I wouldn't say low. There's some, like this one right here is closing in on 100 ETH worth of volume. That's nothing to sneeze at. And these is just day one. Not many people are minting yet. A lot of pre-mints have happened already. That's not even on here yet. So we're keeping an eye out to see which one of the movers, can turn into something big. But it definitely feels like it's something that can be very big in the world of NFTs. Is there any innovation there yet? Not yet. The only innovation I would say is from the abstract chain itself, integrating NFTs as multipliers, meme coins as multipliers. But right now, we're waiting to see what will unfold here. It seems like the same playbook, but be abstract being day one, saying that they're going to be consumer friendly. You could already tip people. You could tip the streamers and meme coins. I don't know if NFT integration is going to be, I'm sure they'll find some way, hopefully, to seamlessly integrate those. But that's something that's pretty innovative with the blockchain. And yeah, there's just a lot happening, and it's only been day one, so I'm a little bit bullish on abstract.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great platform, and I'm just excited to see what comes about in this upcoming cycle.
Yeah, one last thing about NFTs is back in the days, you couldn't say the word NFTs without saying the word OpenSea. Now, when you say OpenSea, people don't even know what you're talking about anymore. They're like, "What is OpenSea?" And I just want to share with you a tweet that they finally sent out. Basically, if you held a NFT, this specific one right here is called the Genesis NFT. You're allowed to a private beta now. So that information has leaked, meaning people in a private beta has given information, which is just that OpenSea is allowing you to farm like points and potentially have an airdrop of sorts. How are you liking this OpenSea announcement?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I wish it was. It feels like they now have like a a farming system similar to what Blur did. So it's like carbon copy. Uh, they made so much money off of me in the NFT run. It was ridiculous, and I had millions of dollars in trading volume over there. Back and forth, not depositing $1 million. You know what I mean? Trading volume, and I needed to hold a certain NFT Genesis token to even explore their V2 platform. I actually think I have one in one of my wallets. I sold most of them, but I didn't even really explore to see if I can get on that platform. I don't know. I would love an airdrop. I like a stimmy from them, but it almost feels like that might be too late. I'm 50-50 right now. I'm glad that they're still around and they're still making announcements, Joe, and they are obviously working on something, but I don't even really know what they can announce for me to go back to be like an OpenSea Maxi.
I agree. I would like to reward innovators, creators, builders who are pushing the space forward. I don't know if they've done that in the last 2 years. So, yeah, they need to really blow things out of the water for me to start utilizing them again because Magic Eden has stolen, all my time in terms of, utilizing that platform for trading NFTs and some meme coins, and they're only seem to be getting better. I hope so. I hope OpenSea does well because competition always is great. But yeah, right now I'm not. We're still in beta, so we'll see. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's pretty much everything on my book that was major to talk about. I'm sure by the time we post this interview, there's going to be some sort of like AI bot that took over the world and things are going in a different direction, or we're going, or, maybe Trump launches a new token. Every time we do one of these shows, something huge comes out.
That is very true. We do indicate a lot of bullish things. So, like, yeah, maybe abstracts the player. I don't know. Yeah, I'm super excited to hop on next week to see what unfolds as this space is never boring. So, make sure you follow us on all our socials. We got, of course, our weekly rundowns, market updates. We got podcasts with some great founders coming up. So, definitely make sure you find us there.